regarding all these developments with technology, AI, I'm sure many would be concerned regarding
Yes,
cybersecurity
yes, yes,
because these days it's you hear about these
yes.
stories regarding hacking,
Correct,
regarding
correct.
phishing. How do we ensure that everything is kept
Yeah,
properly
yeah.
security wise?
I think really important is to start with knowing your clients. I think that's really the core of what banking is all about. That relationship with your clients, that you deal with them, that you know them. So we're not just going into the digital side, but we're also expanding our priority bank, right? So the priority bank is, I think, if I'm not mistaken, we're now up to 12 priority centers nationwide. That would make us one of the most expansive in terms of presence nationwide. So we're really focusing on that area. We're trying to also link that with our MSME corporate banking business. So it really comes down to knowing your clients, working with them, understanding their needs. Obviously, the product design is important. We believe in what we call phygital. So it's not purely digital, but it's the confluence of what is physical and digital. So I'll give you an example. The validation process needs to be escalated depending on risk. So you start off with a full online onboarding of a client. If the amounts are small and the risks are low, as and when transactions become larger, you add additional sets of checks and balances, but until such a point where you actually would want to meet the clients, right? Where the physical and validation and verification becomes critical. And I think that's the role of the branches. And that for us is the confluence of the entire journey from the physical world right through to the digital world and so on. But it all comes down to the basics, which is understanding your clients, understanding their needs, and watching out for what's different. Because normally, um, scams and all these things are you can detect that if there's anything that changes in terms of their activities and so on. So I think a lot of that comes down to the basics. But obviously, you still need to invest in people, remind about phishing, fake emails, and so on and so forth. I think we just need to be keep reminded that not all actors are good, I suppose.
So there's also emphasis, right, on the experience,
Yes, big time.
customer satisfaction,
Correct,
of course, keeping
correct.
your clients happy.
Yeah,
Okay. Regarding East West, are you looking to expand to more branches
I think
around the
yeah,
country?
I think we have already around close to 500 branches together with our rural bank, right? 390 something in the universal bank and around 90 something in the rural bank. That would make us maybe in the top five, top six in terms of banks. So I think that's quite sufficient in terms of coverage with regards to our client segments. What we want to do is to give more alternatives. And that's why we're investing quite a lot on the digital channels, but not just the apps, but also, I guess I mentioned earlier, the bots, uh, the ability to use other alternative means to connect with the bank. So that's something that we're focusing on. We're also maybe a sneak peek is that we're also looking at our formats. We're starting to reconsider how our flagship stores should be formatted. We've recently launched a new segment called business class, right? Where we want to target the businessmen, entrepreneurs who move around the cities and so on. And we were thinking that we should probably consider putting up a place where they could meet, lounges and so on. So that kind of leverages on the group and the group's real estate assets around the region, right? So I think it's more around how do we get better at targeting the needs of our clients, right? And the segment that we're focused on, and then identifying how we put our branches, our network, digital, and everything around it that will suit the needs of those segments. So I think to answer your question, it's maybe more rebalancing and refocusing rather than expanding in terms of numbers.
So a good balance also, because you can't also lose that personal touch,
Absolutely.
right? Because it
Absolutely.
boils down to face-to-face relationships
Exactly.
also. Because
Exactly.
you can't go fully
Digital.
robotic.
Exactly.
You can't
Correct.
go fully digital.
I think the best outcome is an augmented experience, right? Where it becomes more intuitive, but at the end of the day, it's still a human being and a person to person interaction.
As long as it's well balanced, right?
Exactly. Tama.
Okay.